Hi, students. We're back for some more CIS 101 talks with tech experts. Today, I'm talking to Professor Zhang. He is a information systems professor at Pace, and he works in healthcare as well, or at least he ties in technology and computer science into the field of healthcare. So today, he's here to talk to you about that. Professor Zhang, please introduce yourself.
All right, thank you, Sven. Yes, I'm Zhang, and I'm assistant professor in the School of Computer Science and Information System at Pace. This is my fourth year here. I joined Pace in 2017. I just started my fourth year. So my research basically focuses on human-computer interaction and healthcare informatics. So that means I'm applying human-computer interaction techniques and methods and theories to examine healthcare fields, like how to support communication, collaboration, decision-making, and information sharing in the medical field. So a lot of my work is situated in the emergency care field. It's like back to 2011, like that's when I started working in this domain. I've been working with other researchers to design and develop novel technologies to support decision making and collaboration in the emergency care domain. One example is recently I received a National Science Foundation grant to develop smart glass applications to support data collection and sharing between paramedics and emergency department in the hospital. So that's a little bit about my background, research background, and so Sven, you want to what's the next question?
So I just wanted to ask you: have there been any, other than the research that you've been doing, have there been any drastic changes that technology kind of placed onto the field of healthcare?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, the application of technology in healthcare it's super common, and a lot of medical work is supported by technology, right? So a lot of aspects of healthcare is digitized. So one example is electronic medical record. 20 years ago, doctors used like paper and pen to document data, but now they are using electronic medical record to document patient data, and the patient data is made accessible to the patient. So that means like patients can access their own clinical data through patient portals. A patient portal is a kind of web-based systems connected to hospitals' electronic medical record. Right, that's one application of technology in medical domain, and it's like, I mean, there are tons of research have been done to look into these issues, and they concluded that it's actually given direct access to patients to given direct access of the clinical data to patients is very, very helpful. Like imagine you just got got some lab tests done, and you're wondering like if the result is good or bad. You don't have to wait until you see the doctor to check that. You can check that like right after the data is available. So you can do your own homework, look at your data, and then go see your doctor, right? You would better prepare for the doctor visits. So there are like tons of applications of technology in the medical field. Clinical decision support system is another example. Clinical decision support system, currently some CDSS systems are using AI technologies, and this AI technology can train. They are trained based on large data sets, large patient data sets, and they can provide like very intelligent medical advice or recommendations to the clinicians, so that a clinician can use these recommendations to make decisions, right? So yeah, as I said, digitizing the different aspects of healthcare is an ongoing trend, and it's going to be it's going to be more and more popular, I would say.
Yeah, thank. These are amazing examples. It's very mind-blowing. And are there any kind of drastic developments happening right now that you could tell us about that could expect in a few years, maybe?
Yes. So AI is a big thing right now, right? So Google Health is working on it. IBM is working on it, and a lot of companies are working on it. They are using AI. They are actually training and developing AI algorithms to support the clinical decision making. And for example, I believe there's a paper just published last year or this year. They looked into how to use AI to identify any kind of any issues with the imaging studies, like you did this kind of CT scan or this kind of thing. You do this kind of test to see if you have cancer or tumor or whatever, and the doctors may not be able to kind of 100% accurately capture everything. So the AI can actually suggest, maybe this little piece suggests the patient has cancer. So that's a big thing right now. And another thing is related to pandemic. I know that there are some what's that? The self-tracking apps to track like the symptoms. It's right after the pandemics happened, maybe around February or March. A lot of companies, not a lot of companies, but some healthcare organizations and universities developed self-tracking apps, and people can use that to track their symptoms and see if they have any symptoms related to virus. And I believe New York City has its own app.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I know you're busy, so I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Before I let you go, and I just want to ask you if you have any advice for students, how maybe they can apply technology to their own fields and their own areas of interest that may not necessarily maybe healthcare.
Technology is, it can be applied to everything, literally. Like it can be applied to music domain, right? It can be applied to game. It can be applied to, different kinds of domains. And I don't know if you have heard about this concept or not. It's like internet plus, or technology plus. It's like technology plus music, technology plus healthcare, technology plus blah blah blah. So it's like technology can be applied to everything. And maybe one day you want to be maybe a business analyst, or you want to be like a filmmaker or whatever. You will use technology, more or less. So I would say if you can get a basic understanding of how technology works and the trend of technology, that will be very beneficial.
Thank you. That's a great answer, I think. Students, thanks for your time. Good luck with this week and take care.